anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, just so much talent in the league. If one or two guys get hot, this could end up being an upset. The difference between good teams and bad is razor thin.
This guy's more comfortable from that range than most 7-footers. Mr. Towns, such a sweet shooting big.
Here's Ball. Lays it up and banks it in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
But I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Ball with the bucket.
A situation made for LaMelo Ball. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Greg, you talk about some players passing the eye test. LaMelo is one of those guys.
I mean, everything he does looks so easy with how he moves, and the numbers back up what the eye sees. He raises the level of his team whenever he's on the court.
Here's Knippel. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Strong work inside by Knippel, proving he's more than just a jump shooter.
Got a piece of it. Here's Towns. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Brandon Miller. The offensive skill set for Karl Anthony Towns, Greg is a 7-footer, is very special, to say the least.
And the outstanding shooting with the post play, and he's worked.
Oh, that was a strong dunk.
And what an incredible talent Miller is. What a ferocious finish there.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
I caught up with Coach Charles Lee. We talked about the matchup issues that Karl Anthony Towns creates for defenses. Coach said the combination of size and skill make Cat a tough cover. If you put a center on him, you can beat them with his quickness or his perimeter game. And if you put a wing on him, you can overpower them in the post. Back over to you guys.
All right, Allie, thank you. Goes up off the inbound. And Ball with the lay-in. 7 points for LaMelo Ball.
Well, in the paint, it's the length and the agility of LaMelo Ball to get things done around physical defenders.
They get a hand on it. Pass to Brunson. Here's Towns. Clock at 6. With the fadeaway. And that one comes up a bit short.
A fadeaway, not a terrible idea, but he needs to make the game easier on himself. He's overcomplicating things.
And here is Ball. He's got 7. There's the lob to Bridges. Close the alley-oop. To the middle. Oh, and the jam by Towns.
How about the creativity, the athleticism? That's a rare combination for a guy his size. Go to work, Cat.
And it's slammed in by Bridges.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Here's Anunoby. A three-pointer, no good. Hornets leading by 4. Bridges drives in. And Bridges jams it in.
Well, this guy knows how to put on a show. Put Miles Bridges in the dunk contest. Did you see that?
Into the lane. Knicks with the rebound. Brunson, right side. No good from outside. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Hornets.
A lot of high motor play from them in this one, allowing them to kind of charge through the defense and find good looks.
And the Hornets playoff drought continuing. Greg, their last postseason appearance, 2016.
Yeah, the rebuild grinds on, and last season, their worst record in over a decade. We're hoping these new additions can help. A huge reason Miller went so high on the grab, his three-point stroke. It's exactly what you want in a wing.
Bridges for three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Bridges got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Ball feeling it out a bit. There's the lob to Bridges.
You combine strength, athleticism, unbelievable hops. Miles Bridges, yes, sir.
Anunoby in the corner. And Anunoby slams it in.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Wasted no time on that one. Knipples got the lead up to 9 now for Charlotte.
Well, Knippel projects as an elite shooter whose range and quick release make him a constant threat.
And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks a lot. Many have predicted an all-star future for Brandon Miller. He said, I don't really read anything like that. I just focus on what I can do today. It's all about the work. That's the only way to get better. I just came in with the mindset of making my team better and being a winning player. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Well, Greg, you've had a long NBA career, so I'm curious, what's one of the biggest changes you've noticed since you've retired?
Well, you know, one that doesn't get talked about enough, length. You know, players these days are just longer, especially in the backcourt and that wing position. It feels like every team has a guy 6'9" or taller that is a pure perimeter player.
Ball with the bucket.
Well, boy, Miles Bridges showing you that he's not just a scorer. How about that pass and setup?
Towns wide open. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Miller outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Miller's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Hornets. And stolen by Miller. Latrey. It's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Miller.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there. They'll want to talk about that one.
Bridges outside. New York, no good that time either.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
A lot to like about the way they're playing right now, but still plenty of time left.
You do like that the offense is humming along. They're putting in the effort to distance themselves.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And talking to Con Knippel, Greg, he has a burning passion to be great. You can just tell it.
Yeah, he gets up before everyone else and goes to work. Some people have called him an old soul, just very mature and disciplined. Something to like about Con Knippel is how he thinks the game. Tremendous court awareness for a young player.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Back to Ball. Here's Knippel. 6 to shoot. Charlotte needs to get a shot. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
The Hornets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Now, Brunson. That's a 2 from Towns. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. On the wing, Anunoby. Out to Bridges. Takes a three. And it's Towns missing.
Boy, I don't love his shot selection tonight. You've got to work for better looks.
And the Knicks, Doris, making some aggressive moves in recent years, loading up for a title run, and they came close.
And Kevin, this after years of patience and methodical building. You give away 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges, and of course you give away Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo to get Karl Anthony Towns. They haven't quite reached the summit, will they? Boy, he couldn't have asked for a better look. That's tough to take.
And there's a whistle that goes on Mikal Bridges. That is his first foul of the game. White looking around. Yes, that goes in. White's got his first bucket in this one.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everyone. We have some exciting NBA action coming up. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. On the sidelines, Allie LaForce. Castle for three. And for all the optimism, Grant, the Spurs having to navigate some tough seas with health challenges.
Yeah, the legendary Greg Popovich moving to a front office role. Then Wemby suffering a blood clot, too. Some trying times, but this team's foundation of togetherness has helped.
And Fox, here we go. And it's Fox with the jam.
Yeah, I love how Fox uses that wiry frame of his. He's eel-like in his ability to get to spots he wants to get to. He's always under control despite playing at a high rate of speed.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Wembanyama. Shot clock at 6. The wide-open shot is on the money.
The refined jumper of Wembanyama. You just never see that in a man of his height.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Devin Vassell. That's his first foul. And Houston has possession. Here's Shepherd. Out to Thompson. Here he goes. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
What a burst Thompson has. I mean, on his drives, he goes from 0 to 60 in a heartbeat.
Durant for 3. Connects from downtown. Durant's got 5 points.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
How about the vertical from Fox? Throwing it down with authority. Go get it, young fella.
And the slam dunk by Thompson.
He flashes to the rim and is met with no resistance.
On offense, here is San Antonio, trailing by 5. Out to Fox. Pass to Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down hard.
There were questions about Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here. That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day. Oh.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. Kevin Durant talked about the key to his longevity, and he said just being enthusiastic about the game every day and wanting to get better, that forces you to get in the gym. What you do the most is what you're going to be best at. And if you don't use it, you'll lose it. That's how I look at it. Back to you guys.
The love for the game. Allie, appreciate the report. 1:06 left in the first quarter of the game. And as it goes out of bounds, San Antonio will keep possession. 1 minute left to play in the first. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Vassell. The Rockets lead by 6. Durant with it. Give him 8. And the foul called on Victor Wembanyama. That's his first foul of the game.
Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Here's Durant. And again, it's Houston.
They've been the more poised team tonight, and the score reflects that.
Well, I like the way they're playing. A very smart first half. Quality shots, not wasting possession.
And it's Thompson penetrating. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Drives to the hoop. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Tough to slow Thompson down when he's got a lane to the rim like that.
Pass to Wembanyama to halt the run. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
Ooh, that's a tough spot to be in as a defender. With that height disadvantage, it's very hard to protect the rim. Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Kevin Durant has been leading the charge for the Rockets. He made a big impact, scoring 12 points in the quarter. And don't go far. We'll be right back. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Rockets.
Well, they found their offensive openings in the mid-range, and they continue to find ways to open up those jump shot opportunities.
Here's Champagnie. He's scoreless. Castle right side. Pass to Wembanyama. Over Şengün. The shot by Wembanyama, no good.
Fadeaway was the right shot there because he got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
And you watch Alperen Şengün. He's a beast on the blocks, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., he throws his weight around, but what separates him is his skill. Against the best post defenders in the league, he comes up with creative ways to score.
Durant, no good.
Good shot, gone bad. You gotta finish there.
Double on Wembanyama. Fox feeling it out a bit. Back to Wembanyama. Wembanyama throws it down hard.
When you can get to the rim as easy as Wemby can, you might as well add a little extra something to it.
Outside Durant. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
And I think it's time to put multiple bodies on him.
Grant, is it fair to call Kevin Durant one of the most unique players we've ever seen?
Without a doubt, B.A., most definitely. The blend of size and perimeter skill, unprecedented. KD able to rise up and score over most any defender.
And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
That is Thompson's game, rocking the rim and giving his team some energy.
Pass to Wembanyama. Double on Wembanyama. Wow, that wiry strength of Wembanyama.
Boy, he is fundamentally sound. Tough cover.
Here's Durant. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for two. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama. Clark, the one expression you hear a lot in basketball, reward the big man. What's that all about?
Well, you know, B.A., the big guys often are the guys doing the dirty work, the unsung work, rebounding, setting screens, getting up and down the floor to create opportunities for their teammates. They also want that rock, too. So get them the ball every now and then. Let them eat.
Thompson attacking. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
That was an electrifying drive by Thompson. That's how you get in there. Go fast and go hard.
The three, Durant. Knocks down the long J. Durant's got 20 points.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
A streamlined rebuild for the Rockets. In 2021, they trade away James Harden. 4 years later, the #2 seed in the West, Grant.
And they haven't shortchanged their future either. Sure, they've added key veterans, but the bulk of their roster still very young with room to grow. And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Wembanyama. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
And the offensive skills of Wembanyama are a huge part of his high value. And nice to see him delivering.
The three, Durant. And the Rockets hit again from deep.
This first half has been all him. He's getting to his spots and going to work.
And here's the timeout from Mitch Johnson now. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. And the Spurs willing to be patient with this rebuild, but when De'Aaron Fox became available, Grant, they did not blink.
Yeah, he's just too dynamic to pass up. And still young enough to grow with their core. Now it's about making the pieces click.
Spurs trail by 21. Fox outside. Pass to Barnes. And here's Wembanyama, defended by Şengün. Outside Barnes. 5 on the clock. Here's Champagny. And once again, off the mark by San Antonio. And it's Thompson penetrating. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
My goodness. Amen. Thompson making a statement at the hoop.
Here's Wembanyama. Good on the bucket. Wembanyama's got 18.
The offense is flowing through him right now. He just keeps coming.
And so it's Houston sitting on a comfortable 21-point lead at the end of the quarter. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And after After a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Pass to Castle. Double on Wembanyama. Stolen by Thompson. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Rockets have brought in the right veterans. Coach Ime Udoka said, quote, their approach rubbed off on our entire team. We can only teach so much, but you have to have guys that have carved out their niche in the league with that edge and that defensive mentality. It was invaluable for our team. Guys, back to you.
They've got that grit. Thank you, Allie. To the wing, right side. The three from Barnes. It's hauled in by Houston. Thompson with it. Castle covering. Thompson, that's good. And that's now 18 points for Amen Thompson.
And man, does Thompson glide down the court with ease. Outstanding at finishing in transition.
Box for three. Durant pulls it in. And Houston has possession. They haven't given up any points here in the second half.
Thompson really feeling it on offense. His energy and efficiency, terrific.
And here's Shepard for three. Good, and the assist.
We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Dallas Mavericks come in for this one. It's getting noisy here in Charlotte for this Hornets home game. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some terrific NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Tim Legler and Greg Anthony. And our reporter on the sideline tonight, Allie LaForce. Now, here's Washington. Tonight, and I'm looking forward to this trade, we're going to see the speed and the skill of NBA guards. Two of the league's best going head-to-head.
And when I think basketball, I envision guards pushing the tempo, taking threes. The modern NBA has a lot of talent. The pace has never been higher.
Irving drives in, and such a nice move to make the basket work.
And you got to love when Irving attacks the defense, knows how to get it done on the drive.
Miller. And it's Miller with the jam.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Like a fierce two-hander.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And now they are just going to keep riding that momentum with the hot hand.
There's Ball with the three. Can't get it to go. He's taken two and missed two. And the Hornets' playoff drought continuing. Greg, their last postseason appearance, 2016.
Yeah, the rebuild grinds on. And last season, their worst record in over a decade. They're hoping these new additions can help.
Here's Flag. Diabate grabs the board. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
I caught up with Coach Charles Lee. I asked him what his defense can do to nullify Kyrie Irving, and he said there's not much you can do against Kyrie. He's got a counter for everything you throw at him. He makes insanely difficult shots. We just have to make things hard on him and trust our help defense. Guys?
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you. And there's the ball on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Now, here's Ball. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good.
And he's really a smart offensive player. You have to respect Ball's strong sense for when to take that jumper.
Pass to Christie. Now, Washington. There's a screen by Washington. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Flag missing. Outside, Ball. There's the drive. And the rejection by Gafford. And the Mavericks making a change here. .114 left to play in the first. Charlotte moving it around. Shots good by Miller.
Loves hitting those threes, especially off movement. It makes Miller so tough to defend.
And Bridges with the block. It's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here.
Number 10, Brandon Williams.
59 seconds left in the first quarter. Outside Williams. Here's Christie. That one's off. Still out of sync. Charlotte leading by 3. Stolen by Middleton. And here is Marshall. And stolen by Miller. Here's Knipple. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
So lethal off the catch. Knipple is good at just finding space and then timing it quickly.
And it's good. 2 points.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Well, with that kind of success, I imagine they'll continue to be aggressive inside. He's an absolute beast to deal with for the defense. Sometimes he can even leave you feeling helpless.
Yeah, there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Dallas shooting their first free throw of the contest. Got a piece of it. And so the first quarter is in the books. Hornets ahead as they end the first quarter on a 12-4 run. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Charlotte?
So far, they've moved the ball well, leading to open, high-percentage looks. Lots of assists in this one.
Ball with it to the inside. Just 3 to shoot. Good on the shot. Ball's got 6.
I love the team-first approach Knipple brings. He's all for sharing the basketball.
And talking to Con Knipple, Greg, he has a burning passion to be great. You can just tell it.
Yeah, he gets up before everyone else and goes to work. Some people have called him an old soul, just very mature and disciplined.
And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Just rising up with purpose. Allow Bridges to get this kind of positioning. He is going to hammer it home.
Now flag.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie Laporte.
Thank you, Kevin. The Dallas Mavericks are all in on defense. Coach Jason Kidd said, quote, "That's something you can hang your hat on, especially when your offense isn't going. Defense will give you a chance to win those ugly games. That gives you the opportunity to play for that bigger trophy." Guys, back to you.
Yeah, gotta have it. All right, Allie, thank you for the report.
It really helps their team so much with Middleton's passing with effectiveness, and it helps him out as a scorer. He's that much harder to defend.
With the step back. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And we all know about Middleton's shooting ability, but don't underestimate his explosiveness at the rim.
Ball feeling it out of him. Here's Miller. And Lively pulls it down. They could retake the lead after trailing for a while.
Nice work to hang around and just give yourself a chance. Put yourself in position. And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys.
And it's paid off.
First team foul.
Here's Ball. 6 points for him. Going inside. It's deflected. It's stolen by Bagley. Outside Irving. Good D by Miller. Charlotte trailing. To end the drought. And Miller throws it down hard.
And what an incredible talent Miller is. What a ferocious finish there.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out.
PJ Washington. Clay Thompson.
And the Mavericks with possession here. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Pass to Marshall. Irving up top. He's got 6. Good! Thompson makes it look so easy.
And Thompson thrives in those catch-and-shoot situations. Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Greg, you talk about some players passing the eye test. LaMelo is one of those guys.
I mean, everything he does looks so easy with how he moves, and the numbers back up what the eye sees. He raises the level of his team whenever he's on the court.
Washington, that's good.
And, you know, for a score-first point guard, Irving is no slouch as a facilitator.
Back to ball. Stolen by Thompson. Giants to the hoop. Pass to Gafford. Here's Marshall. Oh, and the jam by Marshall.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
What a great sequence. You've got to love the effort. That's big time.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And don't go away. We'll be right back. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's ready to talk things through with them. Hey, Tim, if you could start a franchise with one player not named Wembanyama, who would you select?
I think I'd go with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right now. When you look at his age, combined with the fact that I believe he is the single toughest individual cover in the NBA, he can just collapse defenses at will.
That is so well said. Would you pick a position or the player? How would you discern between those two thoughts?
I think the key for me is I want to take a guy who's going to make the decisions for me with the basketball in his hands. When you have a ball-dominant league with stars controlling the action, I want that one guy who I know I can pencil in high-level production every night.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, getting a high percentage look right out of the locker room to start the second half. Exactly what they were looking for.
And, Greg, we saw some turnover this summer on the Mavs training staff.
Yes, some talk of internal disagreements in that department. The importance of great teamwork in this league, not just limited to the players in the locker room. And this is what you like about Miller. He has great range from 3, but he can also make tough shots in traffic.
Well, to stop him, you have to get better rim protection than that.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Okay. Klay Thompson last season climbing into the top 5 all-time for three-pointers made and continues to knock them down for Dallas. He said, my game fits this team so well as far as stretching the floor, playing hard defense, and being a two-way guy. He's looking to add a new chapter to his legacy. Kevin, back to you.
A future Hall of Famer, no doubt. Okay, thank you, Allie. Thompson misses.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Mavericks leading by 4. Irving's shot is good. Irving's got 4 points this quarter.
I mean, the airtight handle of Irving, just leaving defenders in his dust.
Outside, ball. Pass to Miller. Just 5 to shoot. Sweet move. The kick out to Ball. Knipple. A rebound by Washington. And here is Irving. Third quarter here. 3 minutes have come off the clock. And the foul called on Brandon Miller. That is his first foul of the game. And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Seven left to play in the third. Here's Bagley. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
The defense really didn't do enough to alter that shot. It's simply a miss.
Puts it up off the inbound. And there's the nice layup by White.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
Some nice passing here by Dallas. Marshall can't hit. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Inside. And the layup's good off the glass. Now just a 2-point Maverick lead.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Williams scanning the floor. Outside, White. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. It's Charlotte as they end the third quarter with a 13th double. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Here is Williams. Pass to Flag. Here's Christie. Now Flag. Oh, that's blocked. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Here's White. Good, and the assist goes to James. White's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Hornets. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Charlotte.
They made a point to protect the rim, challenging shots all game long, and the block total is off the charts.
Yeah, so many times we will see shooters of any caliber miss that wide-open three.
McNeely, good.
And just running the offense. White's that new breed of combo guard who can do a little bit of everything.
Christie has the open look. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Charlotte leading by 6. Crosses over. White. And he does not hit. And so it's Dallas with it. Bagley. And stolen by James. And even 3-on-3 break. White outside. Another chance. And the crafty layup. Good.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
We thought this might be the case coming in. Not a lot of defense out there right now.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately. And a good getting ready for Dallas. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey guys, I was able to catch the message that Jason Kidd was giving to his team. He cautioned his guys against forcing things at the arc, saying we can't make a rhythm happen. So don't force it. Take what is coming to you out there. Coach hoping for a renewed offensive focus going forward, guys.
Thank you, Allie. Here's Bridges. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
And guys, as soon as you start going over and through
rebounder, you're probably going to get whistled for over the back.
Yeah, you appreciate the effort, but you have to stay disciplined. That's an easy call for the ref.
Now Irving. Christie fires. Knocks down the three.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Now ball. And stolen by Christie. Now Washington. Rising up and ripping down the two-hand jam.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Well, not all turnovers are created equal. Live ball turnovers lead to that.
Miller there for the rebound.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Now here's Bridges. They're inside. That one's off. Still out of sync. Here's Christie. Irving outside. On the wing, Christie. To take the lead. And here's the three.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Completely unfazed by what's at stake. That's just clutch.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside ball. Beyond the arc. And down goes the three.
And that is a big-time basket. Melo entered the league at 19 with such high expectations. This young man ball is used to the spotlight.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. Both teams will make substitutions. Irving looking for an opening. It's in.
That's just a smart play right there. The right pass to a ready shooter.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. Thoughts on what Coach wants to do here?
I don't think they should be greedy here and think about a triple. With this much time left, I'd attack the basket, get a high percentage shot in tight, and take my chances in overtime. And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And the first of two, no good. Heartbreak. You can't make the second free throw either. Missing both. So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the W. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through